Beautiful. So let's start with the Cloud9 directory. It's not just a contact list. It is a true peer-to-peer network where traders and their teams can connect, collaborate, and grow their community. And while others are still wired to the past, we've built a product that's fast, intuitive, and completely private wire-free.
So when you land on the directory, you can see every single firm in the Cloud9 community. We've also added the ability to see all visible groups and personnel. And we're cognizant that firms care about their data. So we've built in full control, so customers can share exactly what information they wish to share.
And here's where it gets really powerful. On my profile, you will see that we've got a new section called Focuses. And these focuses unlock a more powerful and intuitive search experience. Users can define their focuses so that other users on the network can find them and connect directly. Indy, if we can run through that, please. Check the commodities and the FX asset classes for me. And now anyone in the network can filter by those focuses, find me, and send me a connection request.
So we've heard it over and over. Finding the right desk and individual is half the battle. That's why we built the Cloud9 directory. So if we navigate to the right and use the filters and select asset class and commodities, I'll get a list of all users in the Cloud9 community that have that specific area of focus.
And in just a couple of clicks, we can create a new connection request directly to that counterparty. We click on Add, confirm the groups, add some button labels in, choose a call type, and that request goes to the far end to be accepted.
Awesome. So simple. So let's bring the mobile app back into the mix and show you guys how we take that connection on the go.
Time for the star of the show. We teased it earlier, and now it is time to show you. This is Cloud9 Mobile, live on stage for the very first time. That means Innovate London, you are the first audience anywhere to see it in action. It launches later this year, and it mirrors the full Cloud9 capabilities. Same security, same compliance, always on, real-time voice.
And we didn't just shrink a turret and call it mobile. We threw that playbook out entirely. Instead, Cloud9 Mobile is built from the ground up with real user feedback, and it's designed to break away from legacy constraints. So we actually give traders what they need. It's real-time, or the right information at the right time, wherever they are. Because let's be honest, what's the point of a mobile solution if it keeps you chained to your desk?
Very true, very true. So let's start with the activity page. Exactly what it stands for, activity. It puts urgency first. It shows you what's live, who's shouting, who needs a response right now. Not only can you pin your favorites onto this page, your most important clients, the CEO obviously, but any other call with activity dynamically flashes red, showing you that there's a call to be answered, exactly like the desktop application.
And if you need to catch up on what just happened, you can tap into call history. You get a real-time timeline of every call that's happened. So you can see who it was with, when it happened, which way it went. It's all right there. And notice earlier the call that Jack and I had at the beginning of the demo. It's all right here at the bottom. So it's not just a log. It's your entire trading day summarized.
Thank you, Armaan. So let's move over now to the Buttons tab. Everything you have configured already on the desktop is already populated on the Buttons tab. No setup needed. It just works. So earlier, as Armaan mentioned, we created a new connection from the directory. Luckily, we see it at the top in alphabetical order for Armaan. And in just a few seconds, we can pin that to the activity screen. Thomas, can you do that for me, please? Swipe, pin, and that connection is now moved onto the activity screen, ready to be used. So, in seconds, you've seen us pin a new connection, track our call history in real time, and stay fully synced with the desk. No setup, no delay. Just tap and away you go.
That's pretty nifty, but Jack, I am so hungry. I didn't get to eat outside, so away I go for some lunch.
You enjoy your lunch, Armaan. That's no longer a problem now. You're away from the desk, not the action.
Oh. So, even though I'm off the desk, I'm still connected. Notice in the top left corner, Trader Voice mode is on. That means I'm still in the flow. I can hear live voice activity even if I'm on the go.
Meanwhile, I'm back in the office, and Sterling Ridge Capital, the company I work for, are about to broadcast out to the market from the C9 Trader application. So, Indy, can we do that, please? And Carla and Richard will be playing our counterparties.
You see any decent size on your offer? I've got someone looking to take a chunk if it's around 82.
I saw 81.95 a minute ago, but it didn't last long. The market's twitchy.
Things are firming up again. I'm seeing offers come back in.
So we had the luxury of hearing that just now on Cloud9 Trader, but Armaan could hear exactly the same thing on mobile with voice mode on. You'll notice some of the connections flash red after the activity has stopped. This is the same as the desktop application with a configurable delay timer, so that if you're not looking at the screen where your application is running or your phone is not in your hand as you hear a voice, you've still got a couple of seconds to see the connection that was active by the time you look at your device.
Now, I could have picked up that call and answered in real time, but on this particular occasion, I wanted to stop the noise and enjoy my cheeky Nando's. So, using the toggle, go up to the top left corner, and I can switch to mobile mode. I don't want voice, but I do want to stay connected. And for now, I'll go ahead and lock my screen.
So, even with voice mode off and a locked phone screen, Cloud9 Trader and your desk continue working for you. You'll still get notified when key activity happens on your network. So let's see that in action now as Indy executes a trade from my profile with a counterparty.
Hey, are you showing WTI June at 81.90?
I have 40 contracts on that offer.
I'll take 25 at 81.90.
Done. 25 filled. Holding 15 if you want more.
Awesome. So that trade played out over the loudspeaker, but on mobile mode, I didn't hear a thing. What I did get was a real-time notification of when the flow started and finished. So even during my Nando's, I could see desk activity, and I didn't miss a thing.
Which brings us nicely onto the final section, voice analytics. So this was released last year in the Cloud9 portal, and this year we've taken it a step further. Not only is it on the desktop, but it's on the Cloud9 mobile experience. You'll see right here where traders need it, Armaan has got a notification that that trade had a trade confirmation despite not hearing any of the audio and being away from the desk.
And that's really, really cool because I'm still connected even though the voice was off. So if I tap into that notification, I get a full call transcript. It's all there, line by line, exactly what just happened. And our AI model that's built on top of this is able to recognize if a trade actually happened. So if you notice in the top left corner, that green badge, that indicates that a trade has been confirmed. So at a glance, I can see the flow and the fill. No need to do anything else.
Super smart. And remember, compliance and security do remain at the core of the product.